Good afternoon from Hill the City. I'm Pastor Margie Gonzalez, and I just want to bring you another word of encouragement, another Take 5 segment. And today I want to read out of Psalm 34, verse 15. It says, "The eyes of the Lord watch over those who do right. His ears are open to their cries for help." If you've ever gone through anything difficult, and most of us have, you know that sometimes you feel as though you're all alone. You feel like no one sees what you're going through. You feel like no one seems to care, perhaps. And difficulties tend to blind us to reality. But this verse tells us that the truth is that God is always watching and listening. There's absolutely no way that we are going through a difficult time and God isn't very much aware of it. We are not invisible to God. Our circumstance is never hidden from God. And even if it were true that no one else sees what's happening in your life, even if it were true that no one else cares what you're going through, God cares. God is always watching and listening. This verse says, "The eyes of the Lord watch over those who do right." No matter how things seem or how things feel, you're not out of sight or out of mind with God. The eyes of the Lord are always watching. And they're not just watching to watch, but they're watching for the purpose of protecting you and guarding you. And so he's not just watching you, he's interested in what's happening, and he's already working on a solution for your situation. He's watching you lovingly, as a father watches his children. He's watching you with compassion and with mercy. And you have to know that when you hurt, he hurts. And so not only is God watching, but he's actively listening for your cries of help. This verse says his ears are open to their cries for help. Has it ever occurred to you that sometimes we didn't get God's help, not because he didn't want to help, but because we didn't ask for it? James 4:2 says, "Yet you don't have what you want because you don't ask God for it." How many times have you gone through a terrible circumstance but never stopped to ask God to help? Why? God is watching and waiting for you to ask for help when you need it. Psalm 46:1 says, "God is our refuge and strength, always ready to help in times of trouble." So when you're going through difficult times, you need to know you're not alone. You need to know that God is watching over you and he's waiting for you to ask for help. He's listening for your cries for help. He wants to help you. Isaiah 43, 1 through 2 says, "But now, O Jacob, listen to the Lord who created you. O Israel," and you can put your name in there, by the way. "O Israel, the one who formed you says, don't be afraid, for I've ransomed you. I've called you by name. You are mine. And when you go through deep waters, I will be with you. When you go through rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. When you walk through the fire of oppression, you will not be burned up. The flames will not consume you." So no matter what you're going through, God is with you. He's working. He's watching over you. And he's listening to your cries for help. You are not alone. So the question for today is, will you let him help you in that difficult situation? God bless you. That we're not sure about. We don't take time to ask the daily questions. And some of the hassles of daily life are the direct result of not asking God about